NBC10 News starts now.
We start tonight in Wilmington, where Hunter Biden has been found guilty on all 3 charges against him in his federal gun trial. The jury reached the verdict after only 3 hours of deliberation. Thank you for joining us. I'm Fred Shropshire. The president's son is guilty of charges tied to the possession of a gun while using drugs. NBC10's Lauren Make was in the courtroom for the historic verdict.
Hunter Biden walking out of court today hand in hand with his wife and the First Lady after a jury found him guilty on all 3 charges against him.
No one in this country is above the law.
Special counsel David Weiss speaking at his office just blocks from the courthouse after Hunter Biden was found guilty on 2 charges related to how he filled out a form that asked about drug use and addiction when he bought a gun, and 1 count of possessing that gun while addicted to or using drugs. Weiss said while the case included much testimony about addiction, it was about more than that.
This case was about the illegal choices defendant made while in the throes of addiction, his choice to lie on a government form when he bought a gun, and the choice to then possess that gun.
Weiss thanked the Attorney General for assuring his team's independence. The president's son, though, often a political talking point on the right. Former President Trump's campaign spokesperson today calling the trial a distraction and saying, quote, crooked Joe Biden's reign over the Biden family criminal empire is all coming to an end on November 5th, end quote. News of the verdict came late this morning after the jury had deliberated for about 3 hours over 2 days. What does that tell you?
It says that the evidence against him was pretty overwhelming.
I talked to NBC10 legal analyst Enrique Latoison about what happens next. Sentencing is expected to be months away.
His prior history doesn't exist, so that helps him a lot as far as guidelines go. And it really comes down to what has he done, in his life, in his background, and whether or not it warrants putting him in prison. And what happens to other people in this similar situation who haven't been in trouble before.
The president today releasing a statement after the verdict saying in part, quote, Jill and I love our son and we are so proud of the man he is today. Then later saying, I will accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal, end quote. Hunter Biden himself today releasing a statement saying, quote, I am more grateful today for the love and support I experienced this last week from Melissa, my family, my friends, and my community than I am disappointed by the outcome. Recovery is possible by the grace of God, and I am blessed to experience that gift one day at a time. There is another trial on the horizon for Hunter Biden that involves tax charges, and the trial is in California in September. Now, you may remember that there had been an agreement worked on between prosecutors and the defense that fell apart inside that courthouse behind me last year. That led to the trial coming up in California and the one that ended with the guilty verdicts here today. In Wilmington, I'm Lauren Make, NBC10 News.